Now tell me if you're down for a good time. Hey, positive energy, good vibes. Can't stay down, no, not I. Gotta get up and go 365. I don't need no breaks, I don't get tired. We all about to grind on this side. So never give up and never stop trying. On the inside, gotta keep the dream alive.
Y'all already know how we do. It's Friday. Welcome to another episode of Stay Vibrant 365. I am your host, Mas Hugo Por Favor, and I have my co-host with me, AP, up and away AP, Avante Pals. Let the people know your Instagram, vote.
Hey, you know where you can find me at, up and away, _AP. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere. And most definitely music platforms, because your boy do music. So y'all need to take a listen to that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we back at it.
And then we got my brother from another mother, my main man, my right, my left hand, Fresco, son Isabrani, Marquez Johnson. What is happening? Let the people know your social media handle.
What's going on? We back for another one. Like he said, son Isabrani on all handles. That's Facebook, that's Snapchat, that's Instagram, that's TikTok. Let's get it, fellas. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's get it. So y'all already know. And then I have a great friend of mine. Man, when I tell you this guy's wisdom is legendary. The original African man, Philip Gatheg. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, put your info out there like that. If you want us to cut it out, I'll cut out your name. But if you want to share, y'all don't even know this man is a legend. Like
LinkedIn, that's all I get. LinkedIn, man.
He is a multi-media mogul legend. If you don't know who this man is, you gotta seriously Google LinkedIn. That's all I'm gonna say. But again, bro, because of your professional background, again, if there's any parts that you want us to take out, we can definitely do that. Okay.
It's all good. Yeah, I feel you though. Yep.
So today's topic, and y'all know how we do. We get right into the meat and potatoes. You feel me? So today's topic was inspired by a TikTok. And what we'll do, we'll drop the link. You know, I don't own the rights to any of this media. This is strictly for entertainment purposes. Got to put the disclaimer in there, right? So
Yes, sir.
this TikTok showed a young man, right? Stating his stance on the male gender and female gender cohabitating as strictly friends, right? And so I'm gonna have a couple guest speakers on, male and female, some in relationships, single, married. I'm gonna get a bunch of different perspectives. We're gonna get a bunch of different perspectives on this topic. First and foremost, the reason why I invited Phil is because Phil is married. So I thought we would seek some sage counsel and wise guidance from somebody who's already, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's been through what we're discussing. So we'll let him go first. We'll state our stance on it, and we'll get some other thoughts and opinions on the topic as well.
I just want to say congratulations and thank you at the same time. If your girl says she got male friends, she think you slow. She think you stupid. Because as a man, you know they just waiting on their turn. You know they waiting on their turn. And she know deep down that those are her options. Like, bro, y'all know damn well we can't be friends with the opposite gender for real. On a serious note, though. Especially if they find each other attractive. Bro waited 4 years for his turn, right? So just imagine how many of her boyfriends she had told to not worry about him. Oh, baby, don't worry about him. That's just my friend. That's just my friend. Now he hitting that motherfucker. Now he hitting it. He hitting it after 4 years. And she told them not to worry about him. He hitting it now. It's crazy. And for the men that be like, oh, I'm secure myself, bro. She can have male friends. I'm not tripping. All right. Just imagine your girl building a bond with somebody else. Over the years of y'all talking. When y'all get into it, who she going to? Him? Like, bro, imagine, bro. Imagine. So, yeah, be all secure if you want to. But what I advise you to do is go get some hoes. Go get some hoes.
Bill, did you get a chance to watch the video?
I did. Dangerous. That's a dangerous video, man. First of all, I only have 3 years of, I've only been married for 3 years, so I only have 3 straps on me. And when I watched that video, I could see myself prior to being married, and all those decisions that I thought that were appropriate. Man, if you ask me that question, or whether or not men and women can be just friends prior to being married, bro, I would have given you a whole different answer. So it's different on this side of things. Definitely different on this side of things.
Mm-hmm. So when you say different, all right, are you now? My boy Quez, like, of course, we came up with an outline. He jotted down some notes, and one of the notes I saw, right, stated that there's a thin line. Quez, I'm gonna let you detail like the outline, but I really want to touch on this part first, so that way we can guide the conversation in a chronological manner, if you will. So with that, as far as the line, right? Because I know you said like there's a line. Are you pro or con friends of the opposite sex for yourself and for the missus?
All right. So, if now are we still, speaking in regards to like Phil's situation? Like, am I in Phil's situation or am I in my situation?
So I just wanted you to define the line or the guideline as far as
the pros and the cons.
Yes, the pros and the cons. After you describe the pros and the cons, we'll listen to Phil's sage advice on those particular pros and those particular cons, if you will.
I like it.
Let's go.
So, basically Phil, like, for myself, when it comes to that question, can men and women, just be friends? I really wanted to kind of like break it down to like the pros and the cons. If you can make it work, because obviously there's levels to it. So I feel like a pro to it is you have open-minded discussions. You have diverse perspectives of the opposite sex. You have a unique understanding of the opposite sex. I feel like all those are three important pros. To be able to understand a woman, before you dive deep, and like I said, like Jerry said, we're going to detail that later. As far as the cons, and we know there's cons because like you said, it's that just friends part. We're human. We got needs, we got wants, we got urges, we got desires. So these cons took me a little bit longer to come up with, only because, like I said, it's so many, but I think those sexual hints, that's a con, sexual hints. If you make those towards another, dismantling boundaries. Friends set boundaries. I think friends set boundaries regardless of gender. So setting, if the boundaries come down, that just friends things kind of come down too. And then, last but not least, kind of nailing it on your situation, their relationship. Not saying that it's a con in a negative way, but you have to understand that when that person's in a relationship, I mean, that comes first, So, Jaron, it's on you and Phil at this point. Let's get it. I'm ready.
Appreciate it, my guy. So Phil and Quiz, you sent the outline as well, so that way we can reference to it. I appreciate that, and again, thank you for that. So with that, right? Yeah. The pros, right? There are pros to the missus having male friends, right? There are open-minded discussions. There's diverse perspectives. She can see things from a male's perspective, right? And then, there are unique understandings of the opposite sex, like where a guy might be able to see something that, it's just universal for guys, right? Like versus, the opposite as well. If you did, have a female friend that you wanted to reach out to, hey, I'm not understanding why is the missus, why is it, going that way? Right. Could you share your experience with the pros of having friends of the opposite sex? Are you pro or are you con? Let me ask that first.
Yes. I think, first of all, I don't think that's a yes or no question, first of all, because you have to give context, right? So let's take, for example, I'm not married. I'm a guy. I have a girlfriend, and I'm in a relationship. And she says she has guy friends. I say I have women friends, right? But we're loyal, we're committed, it's us, high enough. So that's context, right? So we have context. We know that there's a relationship between two people who, beyond just having a mutual bond, it's sexual. They love one another, right?
Right.
Okay. So we have the context. One thing you have to realize is that the moment you decide to get into a relationship with someone, there's one thing that keeps that relationship going. What's that? Energy. Energy. Yeah. And listen, guys, if I decide to go and talk to my friend who's a woman, right? And I'm asking her about, hey, I have this issue with my own girl. Could you help me out? Whatever advice that person is going to give me, it's going to give me comfort, right? That's energy, comfort. It's going to give me a feeling that makes me feel, wow, you know what? I'm so glad I have this person in my life, right? So then what's going to stop me the next time when I now feel lonely, right? My girl ain't talking to me. What am I going to do?
Hey,
right?
that's what he said.
My other friend. No, but here's the thing. I'm going to go back. Hey, listen. Again, why is this girl not talking? Phil, don't worry about it. Women, they go through some things, and sometimes you're trying to communicate something that you're not getting. Whatever. All right, cool. Now I feel better about that situation. Again, that's energy. But here's the thing here's the thing that here's the point that I want to drive home is that you have to be very careful where you're depositing your energy. And if your energy is leaving the relationship, then you got to answer for that. Because put yourself now in her shoes, right? If she's taking energy where, dude, you're a guy, you probably didn't have, maybe your first or second serious relationship. Maybe the other ones didn't last long enough for you to know what's good or what's bad. But if your own girl isn't giving you the own opportunity for you to learn your rights from your wrongs, but she's going to another nigga that's on the side that clearly is Mr. Wise and he knows everything, that's energy that she's taken away from you where you could learn from your own mistakes because nobody's perfect, right?
Right.
She's going to take that energy away and deposit it in some other person.
So question.
The whole point about a relationship is not to just have the good, guys. You have to even go through the bad. And that's why I say you have to be very, very conscious and you have to be cautious and you have to understand context because nobody's saying don't talk to anybody, right? We all have jobs. We all have careers. There are women that we work with, women who are brilliant, women who are great. And that's a relationship that you have with that person, but it stays within that lane. But the moment you start depositing energy that can make your relationship go forward, even though that shit is bad, even though the pros and those cons that you've listed, that energy should stay within that relationship. All those cons that you've said, because that's the only way you go from, hey, this is my girlfriend to, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I'd like to propose to your daughter. Then that's when you go to the next level of marriage because you kept that energy intact. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. Okay. Hey man, I appreciate it. Thank you for dropping your sage wisdom. I'm not gonna question that. What I'm gonna do is let everybody state their thoughts on it. And then at the end of it, after getting different perspectives, I'll drop a final assessment then. Now, I know we started with the pros. Obviously, there are some cons that come along with it as well. So actually, no, I am gonna dive into the cons because you said when you go to that other person, right? Yeah. You seek comfort, right? What happens when that level of comfort turns into more?
Boundaries.
Yeah. Okay. You can call it boundaries, but here's the thing: you're not. There's a reason you didn't go to your girlfriend, right? There either was a communication issue, there either was something that your girlfriend isn't giving you for you to go to someone else. Now, if you need a friend, Jesus, your brother, your homies, whatever, you can, like, if there is something in the relationship that can't be fixed, there is no reason why you should get that solution from someone who has zero stake. Like, this person has no stake in the relationship. Let me put it like this, that you're only going to this person when, let's back up. You spend 100% of your relationship with one person, all right? It doesn't make any sense for when 2% within that 100% or 20% within that 100%, whenever something goes wrong, you go to someone else so that you can get your cup filled. Then you go back. Like, dude, that shit doesn't make sense to me, because and I'm not trying to say that anybody who thinks like this is doing anything wrong, but you gotta put it in perspective. Like, you've not spent any time with this. They're only getting the good parts, bro. All they're doing is just getting the good part. And you can call it friendship, you can say what it is, but the reality is that if there's something wrong in your relationship, you walk up to your girl and you say, look, I'm lonely. You're giving me the cold shoulder. What's up? And if they don't get it, tell them, hey, go talk to your friends. Go talk to your girlfriends about clearly you're not getting this situation. So go talk to other girlfriends and try and figure out what they've done when they came across this thing. That's not for you to go figure out with someone else.
So you said girlfriends. You said girlfriends. What about guy friends too? Guy friends okay or no?
No. Why? Look, why? Why would you? Let me ask you this: if you ran a company, right, and you had your partners, and you had, I guess maybe this might not be the best example, but if nobody has stake in your relationship, why would you go to the one person that can literally take away, like? Take away all that energy, bro. Like, it's an energy thing, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you gotta boil it down to boil it down all the way down to the simple fact that it's dangerous.
It can be. It can be.
Okay, it can be.
So the line for me, like you said, so where you say energy, my mind went energy in conjunction with effort, trust, loyalty, and there has to be honesty, right? So all of those things combined, to me, that's energy and effort, right? Have got friends. See the other side, right? See the other perspective, right? Don't cross any lines, any boundaries. If you do, at least be honest enough to admit, right? Admit your faults, right? Because you said you have to take the good with the bad. How bad are we talking? Like, a lot of men, like, their pride and their ego would not allow them to salvage a relationship after a woman has done some form of infidelity, right? But women do it all the time. And I'm not condoning either way. What I'm an advocate for is honesty. Like, don't lie. Like, just be able to be grown enough to accept the consequences of your action. Let me decide, right, if this is something I want to continue or something I want to step away from. But with that, like you said, you got to take the good with the bad. You're going to have your highs. You're going to have your lows. With that being said, there are boundaries. Those boundaries for me are, you cannot have a male friend that you have slept with. Point blank, period. That's out of the door. That's out of the door. Grade school friend, somebody that you never done anything with. I'm serious, because, like, back home, right, I can think of like 6 women right now that I am strictly friends with, that I've never done anything with, that they can come to me and talk to me about anything, and I would never try them out of respect for them as an individual. I have literally told girls no because I knew I was a piece of shit. And I saw more in them than I saw in myself, right? So yes, have your friends. Seek the other advice, seek the other opinions. I don't care what your friends think, because your friends are not in a relationship with me. I'm in a relationship with you. If you cause a divide between me and this individual, that's okay, because they only got one side, one perspective. If you tell that guy friend the same situation, but from a male's perspective, that nigga's gonna more than likely 98% agree with you. Yeah, no, she was foul for that shit. That's not what she told me. Because we can only tell stories from our perspective. So it's perspective based. I agree with you. As long as certain lines, that's where it gets gray, right? How can you determine who is true friend and who is not? For me, I would want to meet them, but even if I don't meet them, I would expect my significant other to at least be honest enough to say, hey, this is who this person is. This is how I know them. Yeah, feel free. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Let's take what Jay has said, right? So Jay said it's cool unless it meets X, Y, Z and the boundaries. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Jay, your girlfriend has a friend and he's a guy. Mm-hmm. And the guy means no harm.
Right.
Are we still can we still go on with that example? You're still good with that friendship? Uh-huh. He means no harm. Can that guy be your friend?
I would say
hell no.
Why?
No, hold up.
Why?
He means no harm.
Right.
He likes the same things you like. Mm-hmm. Can he be your friend?
So the reason why I would say yes. The reason why I would say yes is because I wouldn't see that as competition. If anything, I would expect you to be honest with me too. And that's the thing, right? You can't make nobody do nothing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can't control anybody. So let's keep going. So
all right, cool.
Your girlfriend has a friend. You've met the guy. He's cool. Mm-hmm. You know, he's called you to play ball sometimes. He's called you out to the gym. You guys actually now start spending time, and you have your own. He's an acquaintance to you. He's an acquaintance. You have your own friendship. It's not a friendship yet, but it's an acquaintance. So let's now go back to my situation about energy. She has an issue with something that you've said. Mm-hmm. He goes to old boy, he tells old boy, hey, man, Jay is just, you know how Jay is. And he's like, yeah, I know how Jay is.
Right.
He just gets so angry all the time. Mm-hmm. And he gives her advice, and she comes back and she's like, Jay, I actually want to say I'm sorry. I talked to Greg, and yeah, Greg is right. I should be more patient next time, and we can work this out. And then you start noticing a pattern. Every time things happen or when things are good, Greg's involved. Would you still be okay with that scenario based on all the criteria you've given? She said all the things that you've said. But he's your boy. Now he's your homie.
Right. Funny, right? Funny because that's how life works. So with that same situation, right?
Yeah.
I would expect, now if we're acquaintances, if we form some type of friendship, right? I would expect you as a man to come to me and speak to me. The reason why...
He's not... He's her friend. He doesn't want to be... Yeah.
Right. So if you don't want to be involved, when she comes to you with these issues, don't discuss them. Be a man and say, I don't feel like that's my business.
Well, that negates the whole purpose of this conversation. That's her friend. Like, now you're saying that their friendship, they can't discuss anything to do with their relationship?
No.
They can't have anything.
You can discuss a relationship. Don't discuss me. That's fine. You don't have to dive into specifics. Like, you can say that I'm frustrated, but you don't have to dive into details.
But there's boundaries. There is all the pros that you've listed.
Right.
You're saying that this friendship now only starts to make sense if take Jay out of the equation, and then y'all can just be friends, just to be friends. Just don't talk about me.
Yeah, like what? So look, your relationship, right? That's between. Hold up, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, are you now not limiting how her friendship can be? Because part of friendship
do you not, and I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. Do you not limit the things that you discuss, like with your friends about your relationship? Why would you dive into details about your relationship?
Honestly, the people that I consider my friends, I trust them with my relationship. Like, I'm not going to go ahead and discuss. I'm not going to go ahead and discuss issues, but I can really talk about, hey, man, you and I have talked about this since tough for like, hey, I
trust you enough.
I want to take my wife out on a date. What was the last place you went, you and your girl?
So look, I trust you enough to confide in you, right? Yeah. I can confide in you, but where that line gets fuzzy. So I believe it was a saying I heard, right? If you want me to listen, I will listen. But if you want my advice, I will give my advice. If you proactively solicit your advice on somebody else's relationship, I feel like that's a boundary that should not be crossed. That's me personally. And everybody doesn't have to agree with that. Some people are going to say, no, it's fine. I'm going to tell my friend everything about my relationship. Some people are going to say, no, I don't want people in my personal business. For me, there's a fine line.
And your fine line is if she has a male friend, your name should not be mentioned.
No, the only way my name should be mentioned is A, if I'm in the room with both of them, right? Or B, if me and this man are speaking. Outside of that, you do not talk to him about me. Cut it.
I do want to say this.
Go ahead.
I know you said that if she got friends, she need to talk to her friends, like as female friends. But the thing is, what if her friends are shitty? Like, and then what if they single too? Because you know a lot of single women, they tell they married or the girlfriends that's in relationships, they be telling wrong.
When we come back,
it comes back to like what Phil said. It just comes back to like energy, man. There's a lot of single people that's gonna give you real good advice. There's a lot of married people that'll give you horrible advice based off their situation and based off, like Phil said, where their energy is going. You got a lot of married people, energy is going to like trash. So they're liable to give trash advice. And then you got a lot of single people, they're really trying to develop themselves, get themselves ready for that relationship. And in the meantime, they're speaking life into everybody they come across because they want that in return. They want that life in return. So, you know, but like AP said, it's some single people that they shitty. Because they're single. And it's because of that reason. It's like, oh, I'm single, I can do whatever I want. And it's like, that's fair, but you shouldn't, do whatever you want off the strength of being single. Like, you can do whatever you want when you're in a marriage. Like, you can do whatever you want, period. So don't use that as the energy or the strength to do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, be whatever you want. Single, marriage, whatever. But like, it's a weird energy placement there. Like when people, I'm single, so I do what I want. Like, that's a weird energy placement. It's like you can do whatever you want regardless.
That is true.
Yeah.
So look, when we come back, right, I'm gonna send that link to all of the guys. I wanted to do this like caller by caller, but I see like this is gonna be a topic right here. Yeah. So this is gonna be fire. Shout out my boy Philly G. Thank you for your sage wisdom, your guidance. I know you're probably gonna hop on if you have time tonight. Hop back on.
I'm hopping on. I'm 100% hopping. I actually wanted to. AP brought up a great point, but go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. We got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. No, AP, I think that you're right in terms of, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Like if your girl has shitty friends, like 9 out of 10, she's just gonna be bringing that shit in the back home.
Drop a bomb.
No, 9 out of 10. She's gonna be bringing that shitty stuff back home. But at the same time, there are single people like Marquis said, there are single people out there that, do cultivate and are very conscious about the people that they hang out with. So before you get into that relationship, that's why you want to spend time as friends. Like, you go see who her friends are, you try and figure out like what this person's about. And if you really care about this person, if you really, really care about them, and they start giving you shit that doesn't even make sense, guide them to the right direction. Like, it might not be necessarily her friends, but it could be a cousin. It could be like my wife does that to me all the time. She's like, hey, I don't think you understand this concept about, say, saving. Go talk to your uncle. Like, she's identified the people in my life that she knows that, this person can give you wisdom. Go talk to your uncle. Go talk to your dad about that. Like, it's never my place. I'll say this. It should never be our place to tell women how they should be. A woman should either go to, if she has the opportunity and has a good relationship with her mom, she should either go to her mom, her sisters, or other women. The only person that should be telling a man how to be is, their guy friends. And honestly, I feel like if you have a good relationship, it's kind of counterproductive. But if you have a good relationship with your mother as well, I feel like mothers can tell you how to tap into that nurturing side that you have. The way I look at a man is think of a ship, like a big ship. And then women, I look at them as a rudder, the thing that controls the ship to go right and left. Man, our job is just to take the hits, go through the waves, just make sure that we get there safe and sound. Women, they give us that, they give us that direction, they give us that tag. So if your woman is getting advice from friends who like will make you guys go left, right all the time, bro, you're just gonna have problems. And at that point, you just have to be wise enough to just tell her, if you're not gonna change,
leave her ass. That's what you need.
Hell yeah.
Just to show you how we rockin'. We go for that win, call us rocket. Yeah, and they love how we vibing. 365, now stay vibrant. Through the struggles and the pain. Stay vibrant. You gon' have some storms and some rain. Now stay vibrant. Now look at everything you overcame. Stay vibrant. I was on the ground and never changed.